with nearly 1,500 competitors, and now we are down to 2. But only one can be our YCS champion. Who will come out on top? Are you all ready for the finals? Let the finals commence, and we begin with the blue chair. Seated there will be Pascal from Elmont, New York. His brother has been to the finals twice, but will he be the brother who wins? Now to the red chair, we have Manuel traveling from Europe, hailing from Switzerland. He said he was nervous, but will he avenge his teammate? He looks hungry. All right, let's hear it. Are you all ready for the finals? This energy is incredible. You can see our competitors hugging it out. All right, casters, take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Jackie. It's time to duel one more time here at YCS Houston. We have Pascal from New York taking on Manuel from Switzerland. It's going to be an epic finals. You know, I'm going to be shocked. I mean, has to be a good matchup for Pascal. He literally just faced basically the same deck in top 4, defeated it pretty handily from what I could tell, and now he's going to try and do it again here in the finals. I mean, yeah, I would never have thought a million years that Memento would be the deck that could win YCS Houston, but alas, here we are. It's always the ones you least expect.
Yeah.
Or medium expect.
Medium expect. I think this is one of those things when we talk about with the pure Ryziel deck, it's one of those decks where you have to build all your non-engine towards something. Like that's what you're targeting, and if you play everything that you're targeting, then you're going to have a good tournament experience. I think the Goblin Biker Memento deck is this exact same thing in that you're targeting Ryziel, but you don't really have a choice. You are targeting Ryziel in playing the Goblin Biker cards. Your opponent already having an Xyz monster on the field with materials to give you free summons, you're able to take advantage of even just getting rid of their Eclipse Twins early so they don't get the value out of their detonator. It's exactly what you're trying to do, turning their resources into your resources. And if Pascal is able to just farm the Ryziels up to this point, it's exactly what he wants, and he gets to do it all the way into the finals.
Yeah,
this is exactly where he wants to be.
Definitely. I think you touched on a good, important factor that the Goblin Bikers are able to special themselves by detaching a material from anywhere on the field, and especially your opponent's Xyz monster. So, yeah, lining up against an Xyz deck is exactly where the Goblin Bikers want to be in this position. Will it be enough, though? Manuel has been on fire. We just saw him take on Aditya, our NAWCQ champion in top 4, pretty handily. Was able to go first games 1 and 3 and win, despite his Abyss Builder getting Xyz Encore. But it won't be the same here. Will Pascal be able to defeat Manuel? It's USA versus Switzerland here in the finals of YCS Houston.
Now, you brought up Abyss Dweller here. That was a card that's so powerful against the Mermaid Lantern. Is also still very strong against the Memento Land cards. It's something that you have to consider. Even we saw in the last feature match alone, in that game, the Dweller was going to stop the entire turn, but there was just no answer to the Typhon. The Typhon was able to clear the way because the other Ryziel player had spent all their resources on those 2 bodies and had no follow-up. I think that is where Pascal wants to put his opponent if he does manage to summon an Abyss Dweller. But I think if they are able to have follow-up here, it could be really difficult.
Yeah, Abyss Dweller still pretty strong against Memento, as you mentioned, but we're going to have to see if it will be enough. We see the judges there at the table giving some final instructions before we jump into the finals. This is it. The trophy that one of these duels will be walking away with is right there on the table next to them. It's time to duel one more time here at YCS Houston. Game number 1 of the finals starts now.
The all-important dice roll. I think Pascal doesn't really mind either way if he goes first or second. If he does happen to go second, he can use his opponent's cards as a resource, but going first does make everything easier.
All right, 7. Let's see what Manuel rolls. It's going to be a
3.
All right, Pascal's going to start things off. The fist bump. Good luck, and it's time to duel.
Stand by, please.
All right, made it to the main phase. No effects activated.
We're going to be normal summoning Mementothon Goblin. Goblin's able to destroy Memento on the field, to destroy, I believe, 2 others.
Yeah, we can send 2 Memento cards, different names, to the graveyard.
Not destroy, send. Some of them send, some of them destroy.
But as long as you're filling up your graveyard, that's all that really matters with Memento.
We're going to be sending Memento Fusion and Gaddock. Gaddock, when it's sent to the graveyard, is able to special summon itself and add back one of those cards in the graveyard. We're going to be adding back the fusion. Then we're going to be activating the fusion here.
So you see the Memento Goblin fueling 2 cards to Pascal's hand. Memento Fusion is going to allow him to summon one of the Memento Fusion monsters.
Yep, because a memento card was destroyed, he's able to use materials from the graveyard by shuffling them back into the deck. He's going to be able to fuse into
Twin Dragon.
Twin Dragon. Now is able to destroy itself and add 2 memento cards from his deck to his hand.
And no responses here from Manuel. Pascal's all good to continue his plays.
He has to get 2 monsters with different names here. He's going for Mace and I believe is that Tatsuno Toshiko?
Yep, it is. I was going to let you say the name. All right, you see the Gadget coming back down to the field. Sleepy is coming down as well.
Oh, okay, that was Sleepy, not Mace.
Yes.
Sleepy, when it's summoned, is able to trigger a fusion summon.
What does he want to do? This could be the most important match of Pascal's dueling career. Looks like he's going to use 3 Memento monsters.
Looks like he's using Sleepy's effect to fuse with those monsters into the big Memento fusion.
That's right,
The Creation King.
This card kind of similar to Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon, right? It feels that way. You're able to send so many cards from the deck to your graveyard. 3 Memento cards to be exact.
Yep, you get to fill your graveyard again. This deck really wants to focus on filling your graveyard with those Memento names so you can get to your
Combined Creation?
Yeah, your Combined Creation. I know one is Creation King. I know a lot of them have Creation in their name, but the Combined Creation has to shuffle back 5 with different names to summon itself from the grave, and this is an easy way to set that up.
So far he's going to send the Dark Blade.
The Combined Creation, the Dark Blade, and we're looking for our third option here. I believe that is the Mace.
I believe so as well.
Setting that up to be able to add it back for follow up on the opponent's turn here.
All right, looks like he's thinking about his next play.
Yep, he's gotten through his plays so far. Drone Lockbird was finally activated. Or, I assume it was activated after the Goblin Legend missed it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that Drone Lockbird is in the graveyard, but yep, looks like it's going to be Bone Party.
Bone Party's activated here. Destroying the Gadget on the field.
Special summoning Dark Blade.
And then going into the Dark Blade.
So he's going to be able to special summon back.
The Akihiran. When another monster is destroyed, he can summon himself back from the grave.
And the Dark Blade's going to send Memento. You want to say it? Memento Talon? Memento Titalin? This is a tough one to say. It's a mouthful.
Memento Tiklan.
Tiklan, there you go.
Akihiran target field spell. The field spell? Yep.
Yep.
And he gets to add that back.
Gets the field spell to his hand. And now we're going to be using the Goblin and the Dark Blade to link summon SP Little Knight. And now we're going to be activating Tiklan.
No. This is going to let him set a Memento Speller Trap from his graveyard during the end phase.
That'll allow him to get back either the Fusion or Bone Party here. And now we're going to be summoning the Creation King by shuffling back 5 with different names. Looks like we're going to be taking Sleepy, the Fusion, Gadget, the Mace, as well as the Dark Blade, and putting them back in the deck.
5 Mementos returned. Creation King hits the field.
To go to end phase.
All right, he's going to end phase. He has the SP Little Knight. He has the Creation King. He has the Combined Creation. And he's going to set Bone Party with the field spell.
Sets himself up to have a destruction effect on his opponent's turn.
All right, Manuel draws. How is he going to break this board? It's going to be tough.
End phase? Yep, maybe it's fine.
All right, we made it to the main phase. No effects being activated during the draw or standby.
Pascal has a lot of threatening effects in the back here. Just waiting. The Creation King alone can target 3 cards and destroy them.
All right, going to lead things off with Extra Zeal. Going to send Mirological Aggregator to try and negate the combined creation. And then Infinite Impermanence is going to cut off the effect from X-Raziel to add to the hand.
Thinking on rest.
The Aggregator is a really strong lead here, cutting off the Creation King, which could pose a threat later in the turn because it's able to destroy an equal number of Memento cards and monsters your opponent controls.
All right,
Or cards your opponent controls.
The Akihiron's going to come down.
You targeted this one? I targeted this one. Okay.
I think he might be able to make another one. He's definitely going to be able to special fusion summon during his opponent's turn. He's going to special summon Sword Raziel from the hand, continuing the Raziel pressure.
Yep. Always feels bad when you're able to stop one of the starters, but they have another one in their hand. Now it looks like we're going to be chaining SP Little Knight to the effect, banishing the Akihiron and the sword.
Manuel goes deep into the think take about his next move.
Okay.
Very visual about it.
That's fine.
Okay, I thought he targeted the Akihiron, but it looks like SP Little Knight will target itself as well as the sword. Sword will be adding, it looks like a copy of Ice Raziel to Manuel's hand.
He still has his normal summon available to him.
Raziel so strong at just being able to power through fields here by just getting free summons. And now we're activating Metal Tronus on the Akihiron.
What does he have? That
It's a Water 17, I guess Dweller?
Yeah, it's probably Dweller.
And then we're going to be chaining the Bone Party here.
So that's going to destroy the Akihiron and let him special summon a Memento from the deck.
It's going to go for the Angwitch. Angwitch is able to add on summon, and then Akihiron, when it's destroyed, is able to add back from the grave or banished.
The Akihiron, and Akihiron's going to target.
Akihiron's going to target the Goblin.
Goblin returns to the hand. Angwitch is going to let him add a Memento monster from the deck to the hand.
Typically going to be Mace here so that you can have, yep. Oh, no, it looks like it's going to be Sleepy.
Yeah, Sleepy's the one you want to be able to summon during your opponent's turn, so you'll be able to conduct a fusion summon.
Sorry, which one do I know in your head?
And thanks to the combined creation, he will be able to special summon a Memento monster from his hand during this turn. All his opponent has to do is activate a card.
And now we're going to be finally normal summoning that Ice Raziel, using its effect, summoning a monster from the deck. The effect of X has been used on the field, the effect of Sword has been used on the field, so now it's just summoning another body, not really going to generate any more value than that. There is Node Raziel.
On res. I can use CKS as well.
And now we're going to be using the effect Sleepy.
So Sleepy's going to try and summon.
And then immediately going to be able to fusion summon.
Use Secret Fusion. Yeah.
And now it's going to be a fusion summon, so we'll be able to make another copy
Of the Creation King. Using those three bodies, Creation King hits the field.
Yep.
That's going to send another copy of Gaddock, Mace. And
Get it, yeah?
Pascal Toshigo. The Gaddock will be able to summon, because they're sent to the graveyard, to add the Mace back to hand. And the Mace can now, at any point, choose to take a monster. And now the Creation King is also going to use its effect to destroy 3 monsters on his side of the field, and also 3 monsters on his opponent's, clearing the way here.
fossilizing Manuel's monsters.
Akihiron comes back. And so does Darkblade. There is the Raziel Cross.
Manuel is trying to draw into something. He's already used all of his Raziel effects for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, the node's already gone as well. There's not really much you can draw into.
Just looking for an answer in any place he can find it. I don't think a draw unlock is going to be it. And Manuel's going to concede game 1 to Pascal in his Goblin Memento deck. Absolutely crazy.
I mean, we didn't see any of the Goblin cards there. It was just Memento doing what it's supposed to.
I mean, yeah, Memento going uninterrupted, just absolutely incredible. And Pascal Manigat is one win away from becoming a YCS champion.
I mean, this is the matchup that he wants to see. He has been preparing for this matchup. He knows the ins and outs of it. He knows how his deck plays so well into the Ryziel cards. Do you think Manuel is prepared to play against the Memento-thon?
I don't. Yeah, honestly, yeah, no, I wouldn't. It'd be one of those decks that you'd want to know how it works, how it functions, where you have those key points of interaction, but you may not dedicate too many cards to your side deck. As you said, like a Abyss Dweller is still functional and works really well against the deck. So I think he knows it enough to where he'll know to go into something like that to slow down his opponent. But when it comes to like the Goblin Biker cards as well, I don't think it's something that Manuel has prepared for this tournament. No matter, despite how well prepared him and his teammates really were for this event, as they almost both made the finals against each other, but Pascal did not let that happen.
I mean, this was the dark horse in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely got way more on the radar. I feel like radar in the past like week, because people have been talking about it. You saw, I mean, I'm just going to refer to Pac again because he played at a regional last weekend, I believe, in Toronto. And I think that got some steam on social media, and him talking about the deck, saying he's actually really serious about it. It's a good deck, and I think a lot of people paid attention to that as well. But Pascal definitely seems like he's been playing this deck for a while now.
Yeah, very confident in his plays, and we did see a lot of this deck having success over in Japan as well. And I wonder why it never translated over into our metagame, and maybe it was just we never gave it the respect it deserved.
I mean, that can be true for a lot of strategies. There's a bunch of things out there that just might not have had the opportunity to really show off how good they are. I mean, that's what's so great about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is even some of the most underrated or expected strategies can come out on top.
Yeah, this could be the biggest surprise yet that we've had throughout this entire tournament, but Pascal is only one game away from being our newest YCS champion.
I mean, yeah, Goblin Memento was not on my bingo card this weekend, but here it is in the finals, one win away. And Pascal doesn't even look excited. I know, like, when I've been in finals and won game one or up a game, I would be it'd be hard to contain myself.
I mean, job's not finished.
Job's not finished. That's the right mentality. And now you see Manuel kind of head on hand. Losing game one doesn't feel good. He's probably playing against a deck he doesn't know super duper well, but maybe he does. And maybe that'll just work to his advantage. Maybe he just didn't draw the cards that he needed to see against Pascal in game one. He didn't have any of those interruptions from hand while Pascal was playing. So things should really turn around here in game number 2 as the side decks have been utilized, and he will have an opportunity to go first.
Yeah, we'll see how he potentially changes end board, knowing to respect the Goblin Biker cards as well as the mental cards. And starting off immediately with Milcharmi Perulia. Does he have an Ash Blossom to counteract? Doesn't look like it.
I think I seen Called by the Grave, though, but maybe not.
I mean, he's going to consider his options here. Called by could be very useful against the Memento cards as well, but it looks like we are going to try to cut him off. And then there's second one! The second Perulia!
The crowd goes wild! Goblin Biker's gone wild. I don't know if y'all can hear the screaming crowd over there through our microphones. I can't hear myself think right now because of how loud it is over there. I mean, Manuel kind of brought this on himself with the post-game interview where he kind of talked a little bit of trash to the USA players. And
we don't take that lightly. We don't take that lightly.
There's a room full of them ready to cheer for his downfall. But he's going to continue play. He's going to normal summon Ice Ryziel. Pascal's only going to draw one because the Called by the Grave stopped the first one. But
Ice Ryziel is allowed to resolve here. Manuel considering his options.
I'm sure he'll still special summon from deck. It's not Fualos, so he won't have to give up a draw.
I think he's just figuring out what he wants to choose to summon. I think he
Where
does
to go
have,
next.
Yeah, I think he already has a copy of X in his hand, so he sees if it's even necessary to go with Sword. Because he wants to like not have to use the X in his hand now because of the Perulia. Yeah, really considering how to best play into this resolved Perulia. I think it's probably X'd into Node, but like, or just making sure you have guaranteed follow-up for next turn, because you can't commit too much here, unless you're really disrespecting.
By the amount of times he's checking, I know like that's kind of like an indication he's just trying to figure out what's the solution. How do I get out of the spot that I'm in right now?
Yeah, it's not as simple as the choice of the 50-50 between the sword and the X. It's more so, how is he mapping out the rest of this turn here? How many more cards does he have to give Pascal? Because he's going to have to give him another card, I think.
Is this going to be a duo drive, or is this going to just be an Abyss Dweller? It's going to be Ryzeal duo drive. Does Pascal have any more interactions?
I mean, that might have been an interesting option for him if he just went Abyss Dweller pass. That might have, if it resolves, it could potentially get there. But it looks like we are just going to be resolving duo drive here.
I mean, this almost certainly means that Pascal will be drawing more cards from that Moltormi Perilia. This isn't Goki. He's not going to be able to grab Goki rematch or anything like that. Ryzeal has to summon from the hand from this point.
I mean, he could, as long as he can grab Node, that only can give one more draw to still provide another rank 4.
Which wouldn't be too bad. Looks like he's
Oh,
considering...
he may potentially plug-in as well. Plug-in can get you there without having to give up as much draws either.
Cross and plug in to the hand.
Ryzeal Cross activated now, not necessarily live, but because plug-in is in the hand, it will be able to protect in case anything is trained at any point. X Ryzeal coming down from the hand, giving Pascal another card here. We're going to be sending that Eclipse Twins. X is going to be able to resolve on the field to grab a Thunder here. It's going to just assumingly get Node just for later. I doubt it's going to hit the field now.
I mean, he needs to have... he has to do more, right?
I mean, he could just activate the plugin.
Okay, and then just have another rank 4.
Yeah. And then, like, at least that way the cross is live as well, because the material will go under the duo drive.
But no Dweller?
Do you think it's worth... How many draws does he have to give him to get that many more monsters?
Yeah, not a bunch, but I think it would be worth... maybe not. Because even though the Dweller does stop them, they still continue to special summon. They have lots of ways to still put monsters on the field without using graveyard effects.
He might actually be opting to not give up any more draws at all. At this point, does that even make sense? You already gave him the draw for the X. No more Exceed monsters?
Oh, man. Just ending his turn with a cross-up with just a duo drive with no materials, X, and he has plug-in and Plasma Hull set.
Can we see a Harpy's Feather Duster? A Lightning Storm, perhaps?
Side decks have been utilized. There could be cards like that. They're not the worst against Ryzeal.
Especially against the Pure deck. There's so many spells and traps that are used. You know that there's going to be Plasma Hull. There's potentially books, any of the books.
First up, Bone Party.
All right, starting off with Bone Party, not necessarily the most exciting here. Gonna have to destroy a card from your hand.
Destroys the combined creation.
Again, another card you don't really want to draw here. And we're gonna be summoning the Anguish.
Anguish is similar to Elemental Stratos. Satellarknight Deneb, you name it. Adds a memento from the deck to the hand on summon. Now Manuel's gonna activate plug into special summon Sword.
Yep, it's going to summon Sword and attach a material to the duo drive, and at resolution he can opt to use Cross to negate the Anguish, which might be the reason to use plug-in right now. Looks like we're going to be attaching an Ice Ryzeal to the duo drive.
Yep, and it is exactly as you predicted there, Solid. Going to negate the effect of Anguish.
The Sword Ryzeal will now trigger because it was summoned. Just going to grab some more follow-up here.
Smart stuff here from Manuel. But Pascal got a couple cards in the Perilia, so there's a chance he's not anywhere near close to done yet.
There is Triple Tactics Talents.
Oh, he's going for the hand.
Yeah.
That means he has already what he needs to win the game, but he wants to take a peek and see if there's anything that's going to stop him. And he's going to see a handful of monsters.
I mean, a hand like that, you can't give him another turn.
He has to find a way to finish the game here, or Manuel will have plenty of plays to push through even the most impressive of boards. But it looks like, I mean, what do you pick here?
It does not matter. They all get each other.
He goes for the Node just because it's the one of, I suppose. All right, Pascal, this is your moment.
There's the Golden Biker. Unfortunately,
Doug Charger.
I mean, I think this was the play Manuel made, knowing to respect the Goblin Biker Garden. Did not make another excuse, did not leave any materials available.
I mean, yeah, if I was him, I would say it's because I knew it, but sometimes sometimes you get these feelings about the right play, and it works out on top of that. But yeah, maybe he did know the Goblin Bikers were in store. Oh, he did. His friend did play him in the top 4. He probably watched that match closely, so it does know.
I mean, he has had plenty of times to watch up to this point.
All right, and the Doug Charger is going to add Goblin Biker Grand Breakout, I believe. This will let him access. Oh, this is the bridge into the mementos, I believe.
This is the one that adds any Goblin monster.
I mean, we're still learning this deck, just the same as you guys at home, so we can figure out what Pascal's strategy is. But now he can overlay those 2 level 3 monsters into Goblin Biker. Is that Big Gabunga?
It has to be Big Gabunga.
It's Big Gabunga. And you see Manuel taking a moment to read, which is always he doesn't have to read a single memento card, but now the Goblin Bikers are onto the field. He's taking a chance to read. The Goblin Biker Big Gabunga will let him add a Goblin from the deck to the hand if he has no response.
So that will let you add, I mean, a couple options here. I don't imagine you're going for the Memento Goblin just yet. You're just going to get another
Doug Charger. Rum rum. That's my best Goblin Biker impression. That's what I would do. I like to make noises for my cards while I'm playing. So now he's going to activate Doug Charger's effect to special summon itself by detaching a material.
And there is the plasma hole that was set. He does control 1 Rising Xyz monster, so he's able to destroy the Big Gabunga, making it so the Doug Charger will not be able to detach.
Manuel doing a lot with a little, but he is going to chain the breakout, which will let him tribute off the Big Gabunga, so the plasma hole won't destroy it, and now he can special summon
any Goblin, and that will probably get you to Memento Goblin. Memento Goblin hits the field. Goblin's able to use its effect here to destroy itself and send 2 from the deck to the graveyard if he so chooses.
I mean, we saw the power of Goblin. It essentially adds 2 cards from your deck to your hand.
Yeah, which I just use.
And
with extra steps.
And Pascal knows there's no other interruptions from Manuel, right? Everything has been used.
He has the plasma hole in the graveyard, right?
So to quick Xyz?
Yeah, I think. But that might be his only last form of anything.
I mean, that's not too bad in this situation. That is a detonator.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's fine so far. Tempty's up.
I hear this Memento Goblin has really good handwriting. That's a stretch. That's a deep cut.
Okay.
But now we're going to see the plasma hole being used for that Xyz summon for Baguska. He's so tired. Number 41 is terribly tired. Tap here is going to take a nap and negate the effects of all monsters in defense mode while also putting them in defense mode. And Memento, not a link deck, but he has Forbidden
Droplet!
Forbidden Droplet!
That's going to end the game!
The last hope for Manuel is now extinguished with Forbidden Droplet, which is going to negate number 41, Baguska, the terribly tired Memento.
And he has no Fusion!
You hear the crowd going wild here for Pascal.
The Goblin Biker's Gone Wild is here.
Pascal has to not let the crowd noise affect him. He has to stay focused,
he's still locked in. He's not getting too excited. He's just playing the game right now.
I mean,
he's moments away.
This is Pascal's expression 24/7. He could have the emotions inside, and we just don't know. But he has to, rein it in. It's hard. I do think his heart is pounding out of his chest right now, whether it's showing on his face or not. Mine is, so I would assume his too. So the fusion is going to, and he's using 3.
That's going to summon the Creation King.
That's going to let him. Oh, he's going to send the Creation King from his extra deck and 2 other Memento cards from his deck to the graveyard.
Yep, and there's the Gaddock, because we didn't end up using the Goblin's effect just yet.
I mean, this is what happens when you're able to draw a few cards off Perilia. You're going to have those answers to anything your opponent tries to do. He had the 2 copies of Mulcharmy Perilia to play through the Call by the Grave. Has the Droplet for the Baguska.
I mean, he lined up his plays, probably expecting the plug-in into the Plasma Hole here. Opted to start with the Bone Party because he knew what his interruptions needed to look like. Just wanted to bait out everything from Manuel to have that timely droplet to really seal the game here.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, Pascal calming down a little bit and wants to make sure he makes no mistakes at this point. This is the critical juncture. He's right there.
Yeah, things are looking good for him, but you have to keep in mind that Manuel's hand is stacked.
Yeah, if he gets another turn, he can easily turn it around.
I have not used Sleepy. I never used this right.
You have not used Sleepy. You've barely used any of your Memento cards yet this turn.
All right, so Gaddock, Sleepy, and another Creation King going to the graveyard. Gaddock's going to be able to summon itself and then add to the hand the Sleepy. The effect of Creation King in the graveyard to banish itself to add Memento Midclan.
The field spell. I'm going to stick with the field spell.
I'm trying.
You're doing great. You're doing amazing. All right, and now what is his next move? He's going to summon the Sleepy. Sleepy's effect.
Fuse. Going to use the Gaddock and itself. It's going to go into the Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon's effect going to destroy itself, add 2 more monsters with different names from the hand.
We have to remember that Pascal already has the combined creation in the graveyard as well.
Well, he looks like he's grabbing another one.
Or maybe he had to put it back for the fusion summon with the Memento fusion. So he accessed it again.
And now we're going to look like we're going to start shuffling things back. Or no, the Sleepy hits the field again. Oh yeah, because if the Twin Dragon is destroyed, it does summon something back from the grave, a level 6 or lower.
I didn't use a field.
They all do so much.
They're really cool cards, and it's awesome to see them here in the finals of the YCS.
Tatsuno Toshigo, if it's able to summon itself, if all you control is either Memento monsters or no monsters at all.
The horse.
It's able to use its effect. That is the dark horse of the tournament right there. It's going to be able to send to the graveyard monsters up to its level.
See, Darkblade, that's my speed.
Darkblade is there. Darkblade is going to hit the field here, going to destroy the Sleepy.
There were 2 monsters on the field that are tired, but now one of them has left the field. And he's going to summon
the Mace. Oh, we are moving.
Anguish down to the graveyard. Mace is destroyed. It's going to special summon. I'm on the edge of it. Adds Bone Party.
Another Bone Party here. Here able to come back now because another one was destroyed.
And here comes the combined creation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Memento monsters return to the deck and extra deck.
Now, remind me on why it's worth it to summon all this. And that is it! Pascal takes it! He is our YCS Houston champion.
Pascal, he's taking down the YCS side. I can't hear myself think. The crowd is going crazy, and he is your YCS champion with Goblin Bikers and Memento. Oh my. Yeah. And he has the ultra rare copy of another verse Solaria. We had over 1,400 players, just shy of 1,500. And Pascal. Sorry, Carl. Pascal Manigat is our winner. I was thinking last name. You're the best, Pascal. Not Carl. Carl could not get the job done in the finals, but his brother Pascal did here this weekend. Oh, now we're getting MVP chance. Oh man, what an epic finals. That combined creation with 5,000 attack just made it so easy to finish off that game on the back of Mulcharmy Perilia. Threw a Called by the Grave because he had the second copy, and then he played it perfectly.
I think expert play by both players here. That's just...
Yep, the play that Manuel set up, despite getting met by the Perilia, was actually really, really nice.
Yes, respecting the Goblin Biker cards as well, whether it was on purpose or not, I'm going to give that credit to him.
He can take it. He can take it.
This was just fantastic gameplay, and we just saw not only creativity, but just planning going into this event. You plan to play against a bunch of Ryzeal. You have this strategy that really takes advantage of a bunch of Ryzeal, and it's not close.
None of those matches have seemed very close, despite how well the other players have drawn. I mean, obviously the cards came the right way there for Pascal, but man, what a match. And just Goblin Bikers, Goblin Bikers, Memento, you never saw it coming. Pascal saw it coming.
Oh, he knew. He knew going into this tournament he was going to take it all.
Yeah, just actually you see that crowd shot. They were popping off, so excited. I mean, it was a big congratulations, though, to Manuel and Kevin, both coming over here from Switzerland. Both of them on the same team, playing the same deck, making it all the way to top 4. Not an easy feat by any means.
It's difficult to do it by yourself. Having 2 of the same,
I mean,
you're on something. You were definitely on to something, but
Exactly.
you just weren't able to handle the Goblin Bikers.
Goblin Bikers, big gabonga. Big gabonga.
Mountain Lot also helped. but
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, Creation King, combined creation. Wow. I mean, it could have been Mermail Atlantean. That was also very close. Labyrinth was also in there.
Tombkeeper was in there.
We had Tombkeeper and Top Cut. One of my favorite YCSs I've been to in quite some time. I hope everyone enjoyed it watching at home. Any favorite memories from this weekend?
I mean, I think this finals finally took it over the Tombkeeper Blue Eyes for me.
It's been great. This is going to be the last you're going to see of me and Asala. Thank you for joining us this weekend. I'm going to toss it to Jackie for her to close out the show. It's going to be time to duel. We have more upcoming events. Keep playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's the greatest trading card game on the planet. Take it away, Jackie.
Pascal, you are our YCS champion! Look at this crowd! Look at this trophy! Oh, your smile. I love it. What's going through your head?
I'm just excited, just like I feel like I did everything I was supposed to do. I took my time and just like really just made sure I was playing the right way. So yeah, excited for it.
You seemed calm and collected. Earlier we were talking about how your brother has been to 2 finals. You've gone to the finals. You have won the finals.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting since we're the first one to win, I guess.
The first brother to win? Oh my goodness. What are you going to tell him when you see him?
One more than him.
Oh my goodness, too funny.
Honestly, like he's the big reason why I still play and everything. So he's always been a good help, even from like deck building and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it definitely means a lot that we can take it home.
It seems like Yu-Gi-Oh! Has played a huge part in your life.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, we even have like a store with it, so like where we have stores. So
Is there anything you want to say to this crowd and everyone watching at home?
let's see if we can do a 2-peat.
I love it! 2 feet. All right, Pascal, thank you so much. Go hold up that trophy for the crowd. Come on. Pascal, what an amazing victory. This crowd going absolutely wild here. Thank you everyone for, just being amazing. This is my first YCS and I'm just so honored to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. You all have been absolutely fantastic and patient and wonderful. I could say so many great things about this amazing experience. I hope that you all had a fantastic time.
At last, I finally got a stable connection. Congratulations to our newest YCS winner, who also happens to be the final YCS winner of the current advanced format. The new advanced format starts on April 7th, and I have the next Forbidden Unlimited's cards list right here. So, I've been trying to tell you all weekend about the new Forbidden Unlimited's card list, and there's a lot to go over, so lock in. First, the following cards are now unlimited: Cyberjar, Danger Jackalope and Danger Tsuchinoko, Ava, and Performapal Monkey Board. Next, the following cards are now semi-limited. There's a number of them moving in both directions, so let's start with the cards moving from limited. They are Black Dragon Collapse Serpent and White Dragon Wyverburster, Morphing Jar, Unchained Soul of Shrivara, Snake Eye Ash, and Snake Eye Poplar. The rest of the semi-limited cards were previously unlimited, and they are X-Ryziel, Ice Ryziel, Sword Ryziel, Malice P. Dormouse, Malice P. White Rabbit, and Malice in Underground. Next up, the limited cards. 3 cards have been moved from forbidden to limited. You may have seen a couple of these in the Quarter Century Stampede unboxings a couple days ago. And I would highly recommend that you go check those out right after this. The returning cards are Mathmech Circular, Brilliant Fusion, and Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King. The rest of the newly limited cards were previously unlimited, and they are Bystial Druisworm, Ryziel Detonator, Bonfire, Crossout Designator, Triple Tactics Talent, and Dimension Shifter. Finally, there are 4 newly forbidden cards in the next advanced format, and they are Nightmare Griffin, Link Decoder, Abyss Dweller, and Bahamut Shark. You'll be able to find the complete list of changes on our social media soon, with the complete list updated on the website tomorrow. Best of luck to everyone preparing for the next few months of competition.
Exciting news on the forbidden and limited list. Looking forward to seeing how this will impact our next YCS in Providence, Rhode Island on May 3rd and 4th. Oh my goodness, the crowd is going absolutely wild. I was saying this before Jerome dropped all of that amazing information, but thank you so much for making my first YCS so amazing. Chat, you've been so funny and sweet and kind. The crowd has been absolutely electric. I want to thank all of the on-camera talent. They've just welcomed me in, and they're like a family to me, and everyone behind the scenes working so hard. But a big thank you to all of you. We wouldn't be here without you. All right, see you next time.